Is Angel Reese letting her emotions cloud her performance in the WNBA? That's the burning question on everyone's mind.
And when Angel Reese comes out and says she ain't the only one everybody's watching, they're watching me too, they're watching others, a day later she gets ejected.
I'm still a human. Like, all this has happened since I won the national championship, and I said the other day I haven't had peace since then. And it sucks, but I still wouldn't change. I wouldn't change anything, and I would still sit here and say, like...
Won a national title. She didn't celebrate with her teammates. She mocked Caitlin Clark. So there's jealousy there. I certainly see that with her. I don't know about the league.
And it's a debate that's been making waves across sports media. Ever since she won the national championship, Angel Reese has been in the spotlight for reasons that go beyond her skills on the court. While she's undeniably talented, her clashes with media, experts, and even Caitlin Clark have sparked a conversation that no one can ignore. Let's rewind for a moment. Reese made headlines when she famously taunted Caitlin Clark after winning the national title. That sparked a whirlwind of reactions, with some calling it confidence, while others saw it as jealousy. Fast forward to this season, and it seems like Angel has been struggling to maintain the momentum from her championship run. Instead of focusing on dominating the game, she's been caught up in emotional outbursts and defensive reactions to criticism. Take, for example, her dismissal of Caitlin Clark's record-breaking 35-point performance on September 15. Reese brushed it off as mere luck, but is that really the case? Scoring 35 points in a highly competitive WNBA game isn't something that happens by chance. Clark's performance speaks for itself, and dismissing it doesn't change the fact that she's been setting the court on fire. Reese's frustration is palpable, and it's showing both in her interviews and her actions during games. Remember that Indiana game where Reese was ejected after smacking Clark? That moment didn't just cost her team a win, it also painted a clear picture of how Reese is handling the pressure. Instead of channeling her energy into improving her game, she's been caught up in a spiral of frustration and jealousy. And it's not just fans noticing this. Experts like Stephen A. Smith have been vocal about Reese's struggles. Stephen A. has never been one to shy away from giving his opinion, and he's been particularly critical of Angel. He's pointed out that while Reese has the talent, she's allowing her emotions to get the best of her. Meanwhile, Clark is out there breaking records and elevating the WNBA's profile. Stephen A.'s analysis isn't just opinion. He's been rolling out stats, breaking down game footage, and proving why Caitlin Clark is in a league of her own right now. But it's not just Stephen A. calling out Angel. Across the sports world, Reese's emotional reactions and defensive posture are being scrutinized. Instead of rising to the challenge and focusing on her game, she's spent more time in interviews venting about how unfair the criticism is. In one interview, she even went so far as to say that experts are sexualizing her. That's a serious accusation, but it distracts from the real issue. Reese isn't keeping up with Clark on the court. Clark, on the other hand, has let her game do the talking. Every time she steps onto the court, she's making history, while Reese seems stuck in a cycle of complaining about being overshadowed. Whether it's her 35-point games or leading her team to clutch victories, Clark has proven that she's a force to be reckoned with. And it's not just about individual stats. Clark's presence in the WNBA has brought in record ratings. The league's opening games this season attracted over 1.5 million viewers, a figure the WNBA hadn't seen in decades. Clark is driving the league's momentum, and it's clear that she's the star everyone is watching. Meanwhile, Angel's frustration grows with every record-breaking performance by Caitlin, and instead of responding with improved play, she's spiraling into more defensive behavior. Experts like Patrick Bet-David have also weighed in, pointing out that Reese's reactions are only making things worse. Her constant comparisons to Clark are amplifying the narrative that she's not keeping up. Instead of embracing the competition, Reese seems to be taking it personally, and that's not helping her game or her public image. So, where does Angel Reese go from here? The truth is, she's an incredibly talented player with the potential to be a superstar. But right now, she's letting the pressure get to her. Instead of focusing on her game, she's stuck in a cycle of emotional outbursts and defensive interviews. Caitlin Clark is proving that actions speak louder than words, and if Angel wants to reclaim her place in the spotlight, she's going to need to focus on what really matters, her performance on the court. At Sport Pulse, we're keeping an eye on this evolving story. Will Angel rise above the noise and let her talent shine? Or will Caitlin Clark continue to dominate the conversation? Stay tuned, because the WNBA is heating up, and this rivalry is far from over.